bricks on the screen, healthcare in between. Physics, art, and math got us down this path. Historical tales come alive, where science and stories dive. Blended facts with heart, knowledge from the start. Need bridge blues we sing to the future memory. Health and science in the mix. Maybrick's got the fix. Complex subjects made
right
clear.
now
Every episode
in ways that we actually acquire
leads the way.
and ways that make me more efficient.
In the world of digital streams, turning knowledge into dreams. Through the tales of old, new stories unfold.
Thank you so much for joining with me. It is truly an honor and a privilege.
MedBix Webcast is a new kind of healthcare media channel to break the silo mentality and foster interdisciplinary thinking. Our mission is to fill that gap and to create a curiosity through different lenses, tapping the passion that guided the historical figures in medicine and bringing present-day groundbreaking research to the front lines. We interview physicians and leaders in the industry about present-day healthcare challenges on our live programming. Welcome to the MedBix Webcast. This is Raman Raju. I'm the host. You see my special flag, blessing of the Festival of Globe. I'm, the 200 years ago that we are under the British rule for 200 years after India. So that Indian celebrations, Dr. Romesh Japra, cardiologist, brought to Silicon Valley. I'm going to play a video about that. But I tell you, so it's a very interesting, community service is a central theme of his practice always. And then, always I used to meet Dr. Japra for years and years ago. He started this Festival of Globe, a non-profit organization. So they celebrate India, they do a big parade, and they do health fair. That health fair is going to be on Saturday. And then I put together, we have an ensemble, trailblazers in the healthcare industry are here, wonderful, successful woman. And then all of them are coming to support the Festival of Globe. And let me introduce one by one is a really, this is it's truly an honor for me to have all of them in the same time. Dr. Meenu Vaid, she appeared on my podcast before, and she's a triple boarded certified, and she has internal medicine, she has addiction medicine, and then she has also in the infectious diseases. So she has quite a bit of a degree she has. So let me bring her to the table. Hey, Dr. Meenu, welcome to the MedBix Webcast and Festival of Globe celebrations.
Hi, thanks for having us back again.
So tell us a little bit about you a little bit, and then give me introduction for you. So can you give me some let me take that out. Okay, let me give some introduction. I'm going to bring all of them together in a minute. So maybe I'll bring all of them same time and introduce everybody. Say let me focus on you 1 second, 1 minute. So go ahead and tell me your background a little bit. And, what are the services? I was reading about a little bit about addiction medicine. That one thing I found out is that in India, and the people, particularly immigrants, the students, the immigrant children, they go through a certain things, pressures, acculturation. They have a special meaning for that. I don't know that they use that word. So there is a prevalent among this stress among the. So addiction is one of the things so that they have. We put under the carpet all Indians and the taboo and stigma. So tell us a little bit about that, and then I'll bring the rest of the people one by one. Okay.
So as we were talking about in the last time too, addiction, what is it? It's basically the ongoing use of a substance. Now that substance can be anything, right? The substance can be drugs, it can be alcohol, it can be TV, social media, anything. So it's just ongoing use of that substance despite the negative consequences. So like you said, stress, everybody wants an escape, and that is what it is. We're all under stress. The immigrants, we had, a lot of us have that leaving our country behind, and we have to still prove ourselves. Growing up in Chicago, I think one of the biggest things I had was we couldn't decide, are we from here or are we from India? Indian people didn't accept the people growing up here because they thought we weren't Indian enough, and the people here thought we weren't American enough. So now it's actually, I think it's amazing if you look at how many people have come. We've actually grown into such a large population here, and we dominate in all areas. If you see academically, business, franchises, we pretty much are jack of all trades, which is great. And I think that's why it's great to be on here today, especially talking about Independence Day and getting together with FOG and being able to give back to the community. I think it's going to be a great
There's
effort.
that's called a culture of silence, they call, is a truly. Let me bring Dr. Shagun Bindlish, then, one by Dr. Bindlish. Welcome. I saw your credentials. You work for Amazon. I didn't know that you work for Amazon, One Medical. I remember One Medical started it when he started it in Silicon Valley. Then it became acquired by Amazon, right? So. So they tell us a little bit about your background and what services you offer. Then I bring organizers, and then I bring a Sophia, and then organizers after that. So tell us a little bit about that. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak here today, and so good to meet you again. We met at Sick Venture.
Yeah, correct.
There. So I'm a diabetologist and obesity medicine specialist, and over years with my experience, I have seen how closely the chronic care disease has become growing pandemic, and it's still rising rapidly. So our mission was today I'm presenting as a president of Golden State Obesity Society, which is a nonprofit that we started. And our mission is to advance the prevention, treatment, and understanding of obesity through education, advocacy, and community engagement. So FOG, I think, is a very good platform. I think it is our way of giving back to our own community and teach and bring awareness, because our platform is to educate healthcare professionals so that they will bring the latest evidence-based strategies to bridge the science and also bring the chronic disease prevention to their patients. And we also want to empower communities to, because it's very culturally sensitive, and learning about the healthy lifestyle can vary with every culture. So we also want to bring empower all the communities and understand what they want to bring. And then we also advocate for the health equity, which is another major challenge, which I've seen being a diabetologist and the obesity medicine specialist. And ultimately, the most important is the fostering collaboration. We want to have all the stakeholders coming together, clinicians, researchers, policymakers, and community leaders to bring that and lead this change. So I think this is what is our goal.
Oh, thank you. That's diabetes is impending crisis for all Indians. It's an exception if an Indian doesn't have diabetes. It doesn't have diabetes is an exception. That is becoming an unfortunate situation. We need to find maybe artificial intelligence can find something there. But let me bring the star of the show, Doctor. I'm going to introduce him through a video. Okay, that's much better to tell him about him a little bit. Some people, most of you may know about him, but there is a lot of people are watching from around the world for my channel. So I'm going to bring a little bit of a video there. I'm going to play a video. So then after that, I bring organizers.
I'm Romesh Japra. Welcome to Festival of Globe, FOG.
ये दुनिया एक दुल्हन, ये दुनिया एक दुल्हन, दुल्हन के माथे की बिंदिया। ये मेरा इंडिया, ये मेरा इंडिया, I love my India.
That is not in India, it is in Silicon Valley He brought India to Silicon Valley when Silicon Valley is no Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley was in essence just a collection of sleepy towns and rural communities far removed from the technological powerhouse it would eventually evolve into. Dr. Romesh Japra, hailing from a humble village in India, embarked on a transformative journey that led him to Fremont, California after completing his cardiology training in the US. His arrival marked a significant turning point for the town as he brought forth the rich tapestry of India's traditions, cultures, and festivals, intertwining them seamlessly into the fabric of American life. Despite encountering discrimination and bias, he remained steadfast in his commitment to practicing cardiology. Dr. Japra has been ranked among top 20% doctors in North America with a specialization in cardiovascular disease and internal medicine. He provided care to a diverse diaspora, including individuals from India, China, Russia, and Afghanistan, and many other countries. Understanding the cultural and religious sensitivities of immigrants, he delivered health care with a profound respect, dignity, and unwavering compassion.
I'm Romesh Japra. I'm a cardiologist. Of course, I have long hours. Usually get up 6 o'clock in the morning, get my workout, have a little breakfast, and come to the hospital where usually I have scheduled patients for procedures, surgeries. The procedures mostly I do is cardiac angiograms or catheterizations, and then they may end up with having angioplasty or stenting. Some of the other procedures we do is the pacemakers, defibrillators. Many times we open up the arteries in the kidney arteries, the peripheral, the leg arteries. So these are the kind of
Japra Mahal, a sprawling mansion constructed from imported marble stones from India, stands majestically amidst a 25-acre vineyard in Fremont. The grandeur is marked by a towering Ganesh statue at the entrance, extending warm welcome to visitors. Overlooking the Dumbarton Bridge, which links the towns of Elon Musk's Tesla factory in Fremont and the Silicon Valley investment hub of Menlo Park, Japra Mahal has evolved into a distinguished meeting place for luminaries, diplomats, and entertainers from across the globe. It serves as a hub for a vibrant intellectual discourse and a cultural exchange, fostering connections and collaborations that transcend borders and boundaries. The Festival of Globe, known as a FOG, a non-profit organization, flagship of Dr. Japra, reflects his charismatic, vivacious, and vibrant personality.
We flying high just like a first class flight. Yeah, I'm feeling alright, about to go dynamite. Now go and do your thing, girl. Go and get it started. Go and get it started. I said now get up on the dance floor. Go and get it started. It's a Dr. Japra party. Hey.
So my name is Laura Turner Seidel, and I'm here to help celebrate India Independence Day, and we are having a wonderful day, dancing, singing, celebrating, and Dr. Japra is amazing what he's done here.
Move your body right. We keep it rocking till the morning light. Everybody singing now all through the night.
Yeah, we be turning it up. Roof on fire, burning it up. Drop that thing down to the ground while the DJ in the booth straight cutting it up. We own that black label. Yeah, that's that desi liquor. Na menu koi nahi parwa, koi nahi tension, koi nahi fikr. Now drop it and shake it and move it. We popping that champagne and feeling the music. We just getting started, the feelings amusing. I'm so used to winning, I don't need the proper one man gang showstopper. Are you feeling sick? I know the doctor. That's Dr. Japra. I'm a king just like Mufasa. We own that Johnny Walker. They gonna...
Beyond the superficial allure of prestige lies a deeper and more profound calling, a commitment to serve communities you live in. In the face of uncertainty, Dr. Romesh Japra lights the way for future physicians. Embrace roles beyond healing, be mentors, friends, activists, coaches, and staunch advocates for the patient's well-being. Dr. Japra embodies the very essence of noble profession, epitomizing the qualities of compassion and leadership that define the doctor.
Long live Dr. Japra.
Thank you, Dr. Japra. So, what do you? So, welcome to the MedMix webcast. You were instrumental doing a Festival of Globe. So tell us a little bit about the Festival of Globe. Then organizers can tell all the details, but you can give us some essence of the Festival of Globe and the wonderful trailblazers of our community, Dr. Minu Ved and Dr. Shagun Bindlesh and Dr. Sophia are joining. So joined already, I think. So tell us a little bit about that, Dr. Japra, about the Festival of Globe, how you got into this long story, but make it short if you can.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I would like to thank the young physicians who just joined us, especially these specialties of addiction and diabetology, and which is the most important in this modern era. Not only just Indian Americans, but the whole humanity at large has been, unfortunately victimized with these issues. Our Festival of Globe is in general, of course, we talk a lot more about medicine, medical problems, and medical issues. But as when we get the whole community together, as has been mentioned by both the physicians, we can accomplish a lot more than what we can do in the hospitals or in our clinics. When we get out to do the same health fairs, free health fairs in the festivals, where we get almost 100,000 people over the 3 or 4 days together, and not only just Indian Americans, but also everybody non-Desi people, as I call them. They also join us, and different countries join us, and that's why we call it Festival of Globe. We used to call it Festival of India, and we put the benchmark, and then we had the platform. We thought a lot of other communities asked us, how can we do it? How can we emulate the same thing, which I've been doing it for 33 years now, this trade and the Festival of Globe. We started in 1993 with the Asha Parekh was the first Grand Marshal at that time. So we've had Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmender, Vijayanti Mala, and many others come. And this year we have Bhagya Shri coming up. And this is one way to bring the Bollywood, Hollywood together, Washington, D.C., New Delhi together. Everybody gets excited. They all come, enjoy the festival. And then our, some of the issues which, as has been brought up, then we can sort of introduce to them in a smaller way. And then hopefully it carries on throughout the year and go further. So it's just medicine is just one issue. We bring a lot of other spiritual, religious, cultural, even economic, and sitting in the Silicon Valley, how we want to empower them. Last couple of years, we have brought in even the political empowerment, as was being mentioned earlier by Minu, that we excelled in almost every field out there as Indian Americans. We have number one earners, and whether it's science, research, medicine, IT, business, you just name it, education, we have excelled. But in political arena, we're way behind, almost zero, as far as I'm concerned. Now we started something called Hindu Rajniti Academy under our Festival Globe and Americans for Hindus organization. So we are trying to get youngsters, and we have, lo and behold, 18 years old last year, Renu Nair, the first board trustee, got elected by 26 votes, millions of dollars of budget, and she's the youngest person in the whole United States of America got elected just out of high school, 18 years old. We got her elected, the board member, and we have
Dr.
a whole.
Dr. Japra, this is the health fair that you're doing. That is, you're doing a cardiology. You're a cardiologist, right? India is we have by default we all have heart problems. All Indians, diabetes and heart problems. So I'm not saying that. I think that is. What do you think that we need to change the fundamental level at the prevention level from all the way to the food level? Well, is there anything that we need to change?
Well, it's a lifestyle. We always say, diet, exercise, and stress. These are the three things. We're not going to be able to change our parents, where we born, but at least those three things you can definitely change. and especially earlier was mentioned by Minu also that our stress level in this country getting a little bit confused. But I think those things are getting better. We used to call them ABCD, the American-born confused disease. Now we still use American-born ABCD, but it's American-born confident disease. So we're making these a lot more confident by getting elected, by becoming at the top. Out of the 100 top companies, 50 of them, 50 CEOs are Indian Americans right here in Silicon Valley. So they become a lot more confident, and our grandkids are even a lot more confident now. So things are being transformed. The change is happening, and we are very, very happy that through these festivals, through the organizations, temple center, religious centers, and of course our health centers, we have been able to transform a lot of these things.
Talking about non-Desis, Dr. Japra, there's one of the non-Desis supporting here is Dr. Sophia Yan. She is a trailblazer herself. That all these three women are dealing with this culture of silence. People that in our cultures, the taboo cultures, talking about sex, talking about the prevention, talking about the diabetes, even talking about mental health. All of them are addictions. These are all a taboo. It's a culture of silence we have. I think these are the women stepping forward to do that. Sophia Yen is one of them. Let's talk about, she is a trailblazer. She's one of my first few guests, when I started my podcast, and she's been there, loyal supporter. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you for joining with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I think, it's great that we have such a strong women physician presence, but also to talk about, health. And that's the beautiful thing about the Asian community is we believe in pre-med and we believe in science. And so we should be able to talk about our body parts, not necessarily in a sexual way, but simply in a health way. That if you don't get treatment with HRT, you are at greater risk for bone problems, but that you are also at greater risk for recurrent urinary tract infection, that you are also at greater risk for what I call sandpaper sexual relations, painful, ripping kind of bloody badness that can happen. And we shouldn't be afraid to talk about such things in a medical, scientific way. It doesn't have to be sexual, but definitely should be talked about. And mental health is part of diet, exercise, stress. If you are depressed, if you are stressed out of your mind and you can't get help because your community won't talk about it, then you won't be healthy and you will have these cardiac things. And then also being an immigrant, we are all, or children of immigrants, are seen as foreign, even though we might have been born here. That's, subliminal stress that's coming on our lives and mental stress. So I'm so glad that we're able to speak about it, but then we can encourage our communities to do that.
All of three of you really, Dr. Japra is an institution, he's been here a long time, but joining is really honor. What the things that they face, cultural, particularly Indian community, Asian community, South Asian community, what kind of things that you see that you see, start with the Minu, that what kind of things you see in general about these people that people who are coming to you, they won't express, alcohol abuse or drug abuse. It's a very difficult, and families go through the real pressure on that one also on the top of it. So tell us a little bit about that, Dr. Wade.
So for sure, I think one of the biggest, it's a taboo for us to talk about any sort of addiction and actually any home things, right? We're taught to keep everything at home, not to share our problems. And that's one of the biggest issues we have, that if we're not able to voice and we're not able to realize that other people, you feel better. There was a reason why people used to say misery loves company. But the reality is it's not misery. It's giving you that hope that, wait, there's other people like us out there that are suffering. And the more brains that we put together, we can come up with solutions. And I think for our culture, we're changing. Like I feel so much better for my daughters that they're a lot more able to express themselves. But growing up, we were still, because being parents of immigrants, we were still being taught to be the way our parents left India, that we shouldn't speak loudly, we shouldn't say anything, and we should accept everything. So those are one of, I think, our biggest struggles that we do have. Women are like Dr. Yan was saying, that we are finally able to move forward and talk about things and express our opinions. We're not there fully yet. We're not even getting paid the same as you guys. I was actually shocked when I recently learned that chat was telling females to ask for less money when they're as equally qualified as the male counterpart.
Wow.
So we're
Wow.
still fighting that uphill battle. I think culturally that's a big thing. And another big reason is culture in all of us, right? Whether we're Indian or we're Hispanic or we're Asian, in general, we all have these cultural things. Like I'm from Punjab. For us, you have to drink, and there are certain foods that we have to eat. And those are just culturally, we cannot change that for people. Like if I was to tell my dad no lassi and no, like, they're gonna be like, no, we have to eat paranthas in the morning. That helps lubricate my joints.
Yeah, Shagun, Dr. Bindlish can tell about that. She's a diabetic specialist. Tell us a little bit about this lassi, meaty game, mithai game.
No, no, I want my patients to eat mithai so that they come to me. This is so.
Yeah.
In any case, I understand Meenu, and she's so true. We all are very bound to the culture and the way we have been brought up, and I do see that challenge. Especially people come and ask about the nutrition, and when we talk about, okay, this diet is better or that diet is better, it's very hard to say, and actually sometimes like. Spread your wings outside of what they are used to, because it's very difficult to change the habits. So it is culturally very strict and difficult, but I think nowadays people are getting very motivated and and are taking their health very seriously. Especially like Dr. Japra will be definitely vouching for that, because a lot of the young people who are actually physically very active are getting early age MIs or like heart attacks, and they are the people who are very active, and actually sometimes they're just dropping down on the playground. So you've heard about this a lot, and nowadays people are actually, with the genetic history and a lot of the other issues, like if they know about their friends, they just hear about that and they come and they say that we are very motivated to make some changes and you can help us. So those things, we are able to help those people to basically make some of the changes. And I always tell that pre-diabetes is not pre-diabetes. It is actually it's not a gray zone. It is a red zone. So acting fast is very, very important. Don't go by the numbers and don't chase the numbers. I think we are all very used to of chasing the numbers, and just the decimal of 6.5 being a diabetes and 6.4 not being a diabetes or pre-diabetes does not change your the potential to get the diabetes in future. So it's very, very important to understand that as well.
Dr. Japra, you look at the whole disease into the politics, policies, implementation, and religion, food, and all of them mixed together. You do that very beautifully. Well, tell us a little bit about that, how that all together synchronize that whole politics and the cardiology and all those things together. You do that very well.
Well, absolutely. It's a pretty, as long as you have the clarity of thought, like both Venu and Sophia and of course Shagun also mentioned, it's a civilizational thing, because it's not just the current thing or just a little bit diet or exercise or stress, but it's a civilizational thing, a culture, how we grow up and how we get those habits into our day-to-day life, the way we live. I think they're all affecting us. And to transform all these things, you need to have a bigger picture. So how we growing up, how we trying to transform, how we want trying to change. Japanese is a big example. They used to be very back type. They never had kind of stress. They were not into the rat race, the westernization and other things. Uh, Even genetically, they were always small. They did not care about too much the food and other things. But now they're taller. They are looking a lot better. But at the same time, the diseases have gotten worse too. So they are really a lot more afflicted with the heart disease and just like anybody else, we used to say that they don't get heart disease. I mean, that's like one third of. We were three times more as Asian Americans or Indian Americans than even the Caucasians. But now things are changing. Everybody, whoever's used to this kind of lifestyle, the stress, rat race, and everything, they're gonna get these diseases. Now, why diabetes is getting more and more? It's beyond any one of us. Even though people have been a little more careful diet-wise, but it just keep increasing. Like you said, now not having diabetes is an exception, rather than the other way around. So some of these things are beyond our comprehension right now, but I think a lot of research is being done. So we have to take a bigger picture, the broader perspective of the whole scenario, and try to find out how we can change it. So, of course, education, prevention, as everybody's mentioning, is the key to anything and everything. Uh, as an interventional cardiologist, I always look up to, when the diseases happen. But I always, right from the beginning, been able to look into the prevention and the root cause of the problems beyond our genetics and our lifestyle also, uh, so that we can change some of these things. So it's important that we look at it, look at the bigger picture.
Dr. Sophia Yan is a multifaceted woman. She does menopause, premenopause. There's a woman, from all the way from a teenage woman to all the way pediatrics, actually, obesity, pediatric obesity, and then birth control pills and see the pregnancy, unwanted pregnancies. And the third one is actually menopause. And then he told all this menopause. My mother suffered quite a bit of a bleeding, and I remember those days. I didn't understand it. There's so many women silently suffer these kind of things. So, Dr. Sophia, and can you shed some light on all these things, just briefly about it?
Yeah, I would say from my perspective as a primary care physician, but also a specialist from adolescent medicine and menopause, it really is obesity that's increasing the risk of diabetes. And 66% of the US population is overweight or obese. And that number is now coming down, but that's 2 out of 3 people in the United States. And as Asians, they've shown that our definition of obesity should actually be a lower BMI than what is being used for Caucasians. And so that may be with our community, we're being underdiagnosed when we need to be diagnosed, when we need to have interventions. And insurance may not cover nutrition, may not cover certain GLP-1s because we don't meet the Caucasian standards for BMI or for overweight or for obesity. And as you said, diet, exercise, and stress, but also access to medications and making sure that we as Asians are being studied as part of the research, and that recognizing we may need different standards for BMI, for other measures compared to the Caucasians. And then I always say, don't glob all the Asians together. I like globbing us together when we are fighting for rights and privileges. But when it comes to research, you want to separate the Japanese from the South Asian, from the Chinese, from the Filipino, from the Pacific Islander, because the diets are so totally different and the genetics are different. We know that South Asians have lower HDL. We know that Japanese generally have higher HDL. My friend who's half Japanese has the HDL of 80, and she doesn't exercise at all. And my obese patients at my Stanford clinic, I wish they had HDL above 40. And these are children. These are, 15-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 12 years old. And if you have a genetic predisposition to lower HDL, that makes it even worse. But you can get your HDL up with exercise. You can maybe help it with walnuts and other stuff. But it really is obesity. It's really about fast food. It's really about the food that they're serving in our schools. They used to cook the schools on campus and local and whatever, and now it comes out of a box. If you haven't watched the movie, there's I forget the movie, but it was a documentary about how they make school food, and it is horrifying. And we, if we care about our children and our future grandchildren, need to make sure we're advocating that, great, we're having free school lunch, but let's not have hamburger, hot dogs, and pizza every single day. And that's what the current menu is, even at a wealthy community such as Los Altos, hint, hint, and Cupertino, et cetera, and Fremont.
So that's why we're organizing a health fair. You all can meet all the audience and people in the living in a Bay Area community. People can come down, get advice from you on Saturday. The organizer for us is both are the hard workers. Lakshmi Iyer, she joining. Lakshmi, can you talk us a little bit? And Kavana, she's a doctor from India. She's appearing all the exams, but now she's helping this clinic doing this non-profit support. So Sujata, she's a teacher and she's helping all three. So Lakshmi, take over and see that what day it starts and who are the people coming there on the Festival of Globe celebration and health fair. Yeah.
Thank you, Ramana, for inviting me. And it's so great to meet all of you, Dr. Meenu Vaid and Dr. Bindlish and Dr. Sophia Yen. And I'm very, very grateful to Dr. Japra for giving me this opportunity to be the coordinator for the FOG Health Fair. Just a little background, I have been associated with the Festival of Globe for over a decade now as a volunteer with various events. And before COVID, we also did a huge wellness conference. And now this year, we have so many modalities coming, and it's apart from allopathic medicine, we have Ayurveda, we have traditional Chinese medicine, then we have yoga therapy, and then we have mental wellness experts. So we have a lot of people coming to join all of you to provide a very holistic view of wellness. It's on Saturday, August 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm very fortunate to have a team, a very stellar team with Dr. Kavana and Sujata Srivastava. So Sujata has been helping me on the ground with marketing and with coordinating the volunteers and lots of other little stuff that never gets talked about. And Dr. Kavana has been helping me with coordinating with all the doctors and the volunteers. So I think I'll pass it on to Dr. Kavana to tell us a little bit more about uh, who all are coming to our health fair. So take it.
Okay.
Kavana.
Well, thank you, Lakshmi ji, and hello to everybody listening in. I'm Kavana, and I've been appointed as the co-chair for the Festival of Globe Health Fair this year. And I'm so excited to give all of you a sneak peek into this year's Festival of Globe. So the health fair has always been about connecting our community with healthcare in a way that's more approachable and also engaging and right where the community comes together. Every year we have a beautiful mix of modern medicine and holistic wellness just come together under one roof. And we're deeply grateful to our sponsors this year, who are Kaiser, Kenexa, and Washington Hospital, for making this possible. We also have an amazing lineup of organizations and individual physicians who would be joining us, from our very own Dr. Romesh Japra's clinic, which is Pacific Cardiology Associates, to Bay Area Community Health, who will be doing free vitals checks and free blood tests. We also have Five Branches University, who will be, they specialize in teaching traditional Chinese medicine, including acupuncture, and they will be offering on-site acupuncture services too. We also have Yoga Bharati, who is promoting and raising awareness about yoga and yoga therapy. And we have the California Association of Ayurvedic Medicine. And in addition, we also have experts like Dr. Diana Bloom, who is a Parkinson's specialist. We have Dr. Bhandari, gastroenterologist, and Dr. Sheila Dobe, who is a wonderful dentist and who's been active in the community for many years. We also have Dr. Pankaj Bhargava, who's an oncologist with UCSF and will be there to share his insights on cancer screening and prevention. We also are going to have Dr. Meenu Ved, Dr. Shagun Bindlish, and Dr. Sophia Yen with us, three incredible physicians. Like we all already know, Dr.
Oh
Shagun
my.
Bindlish, who's a diabetologist and is the president of Golden State Obesity Society, focuses on obesity, diabetes management. And alongside her, we have Dr. Meenu Ved, who is the CEO and co-founder of, the CEO and founder of Savera, who works with addiction medicine, infectious diseases, and wellness coaching. And together they bring in the whole health perspective that we so very need. And we also have Dr. Sophia Yen, who is here with us today, and we'll also see at the health fair, who is the CEO and co-founder of Pandya Health. And she specializes in women's health, ranging from birth control to peri and postmenopausal care, adolescent medicine. And she's also a passionate advocate for empowering women with the tools and the knowledge that they need to thrive in every stage of life. To everybody who's watching us and listening in, we would like to invite everyone to join us at the health fair, which is happening on the 16th of August. That's this Saturday at Fremont. So if you're in the Bay Area, then please do stop by.
Oh my, it is wonderful. Festival of Dove is coming back with a vengeance. It's all full pledge. That's very good. Thank you so much. That's really absolutely wonderful to have a ensemble of the highly qualified doctors, and then all these specialties and the testing services is really. So Kavana, you understand this a lot of particularly we are getting a woman focus because men. We don't care about what people think. I can say anything that I have. But, women are always taboo and then hide something, particularly Indian woman you experience from India and also as a doctor, the process. What do you think of that what stops them? What really challenges that young woman face to approach these taboo subjects like birth control pills or menopause or obesity or all those things. So our mental health, addiction, all of them. So tell us a little bit about that, how that woman think in that direction.
Well, I believe there's a multitude of factors that affect this. There's accessibility, social taboo, and just a lot of things that people in India they grow up hearing. So even if care like this is accessible, it's always, not always, but often quite hard to access it. That's especially in the rural setting, which slightly gets better when it comes to the city, and but it's still quite prevalent, which is why we are focusing on women's health this year. And that was one of the main reasons why we wanted Dr. Sophia Yen to join us and to advocate for it and then empower and just educate everybody who stops by.
Sujata ji, that you are retired, but still you're a teacher, retired. What motivated you to help all of us in this grand idea of community service?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sujata Srivastava from Festival of Glow, and I'm very happy to join this organization. Reason is that after retirement, I was just looking for something that which I can do for the community, and it was a very great platform for me. And since last 3 years, I'm associated with this health fair, and it is really it has been wonderful experience for me that I can promote health and wellness in society.
Thank you. That's good. You're getting all the energy. You're giving us energy. Actually, we're not giving energy. You're giving us
I'm
energy.
motivated by all of you. That
Dr.
you can say.
Dr. Japra, when I talk about energy, you have a relentless. I know you for 30 years. You never stop working. You get up at 6 o'clock. You get up at 6 o'clock. I don't know how you do that. What motivates you to do this community service and to help people? I remember Dr. Japra, and I want to tell other people watching it. It is one day there was he is not even a patient. We went there. There is a lady that she was killed in a car accident. Somebody killed a drunk driver killed one Indian girl in the car accident. So I was with the Dr. Japra at the time, and we went there. We spent 2 hours. He's busy doctor. We spent 2 hours really consoling them, talking with the community, talking with the relatives. It is really it's an amazing experience to me to witness that. Tell us, Dr. Japra, where did you get this energy to help communities? Where you got this motivation, and energy both?
Well, thank you. You can see all these people, excuse me, around me. Everybody gets so excited, gets so motivated, so helpful, and see that kind of passion amongst people around you. You want to motivate them even more, get them more engaged, and it's so gratifying to see that happen. Something which I've been very passionate about, and I enjoy it. I like it. It's a God gift that I don't get tired. I can keep doing for hours together. Never bothers me, never tires me out, and it's the most gratifying thing. Of course, we in this profession, we call it a noble profession for a reason. A lot of people do it as a business, but if you can stick it as a noble profession as such, that we're supposed to help other people, besides taking care of our own self as individuals, for our families and the immediate family, or then the society, but the humanity at large. If you start thinking bigger picture, broader picture, which I always try to do in my thinking, I think you'll be well served, and then you'll always get that energy. So that's it's very difficult to explain how you're going to get it. There's no simple formula, how you're going to get re-energized, or have that kind of stamina, or you know power to hang in there and keep doing it year after year. So we've been doing this health fair the last 43 years. I started in 1983. In the beginning, we used to just do it because a lot of people who came from India, or even for that matter any other country, came to our temple, and they did not have insurance, they could not speak English, or the language was the issue, and the health care was so expensive in the United States. They could not go to uh, even to the emergency room. They used to get charged and everything in those days, and doctors won't give them appointments, and some they'll run out of medicine. So we used to get a lot of samples those days, and I'll have the whole actually library full of these samples in my temple. We used to distribute them left and right to everybody, and as a matter, we made a lot of trips those days to back home to India many times with the shiploads of these medicines, and many of these pharmaceutical companies will help us. So that was the beginning of it, and this from that onwards, the whole healthcare technique and the modern thing, the advice came up, and of the specialties, a lot more specialties, a lot more specialists, organizations, they got into it, and along with our cultural extravaganza has been there, whether it's food, arts, crafts, or clothes, jewelry, or just the children. We got more than 1,000 kids have dance competition, classical, semi-classical, folk dances, Bollywood dances. So, like you said, we built a little India around it. And like Lakshmi mentioned, she used to take charge of our film festival. We used to have these independent filmmakers who nobody will care about. 99% of those filmmakers, they make the film, they spend almost every cent they have in their pockets, and those films used to end up in the closets. So we thought, okay, let's them get it out and show it to the people. So we did that few years. Unfortunately, after COVID, we could not continue it. And people keep asking me, as a matter, Lakshmi keeps asking, we should start it again. That is the best way to educate people sometime. You can take up something, whether it's a documentary or a small film or whatever your passion is. You want to put everything into it and showcase it. And that is the probably lifelong thing. Once you've seen the movie, it can probably stick with you, exactly what you see. What you read in the books and shows and TV, it's probably not as lasting as the movies are. So there are a lot of things like that. So it's going to be ongoing thing. That's why Festival Globe keeps getting bigger. Hundreds of thousands of people come. A lot more people getting involved. Almost every aspect of life or lifestyle gets involved. So gets very interesting, exciting, entertaining. You just name it. To me, it's just very gratifying. That's why I keep doing it.
Thank you, sir. Let me final round of questions. I'm going to almost end of the program. That let me start with Dr. Minu Vaid. Dr. Vaid, this is one of the things is that the families that silent sufferers in the addiction. In India, we have a lot of Indian community. Some of them are we know somebody at least. They have alcohol abuse, or drug abuse. Some of the things that happen. How do you support these? What kind of things you tell them to the families that facing this crisis in their family itself?
So for alcohol use or opioid use, we actually have medications that we can help their loved ones if they need. There's plenty of support groups. There's a lot of apps. I know you and I were also talking about that. You realize how opioid epidemics is the first time in almost 30 years that we've actually seen a drop in the number of opioid deaths that we're having every year. And that's definitely for the reason that we put Narcan in so many places. If you do have a loved one who uses opioids, I recommend every house to have a Narcan. Teach your kids how to use it. That would be a great thing. Another thing is Al-Anon is a support group. Like we have Alcohol Anonymous for the actual patients. We have Al-Anon, which is great for families because it's not just the patients that's suffering, it's everybody. Because they get caregivers fatigue. It's the whole issue of everybody. So that's a great support group. A lot of times it's really motivational interviewing that I do. It's trying to get the person to come to that point of them wanting to get treatment. Unfortunately, that's our biggest thing. In order for you to be successful, you have to want to get treated. If you're not ready, we can't really do much. I do encourage families to get that support system, come to Al-Anon. We do want to really take the stigma out. We want people to realize that whether it's alcohol, drugs, social media, whatever thing that you're food, that's why we joined Golden State Obesity Society. Anything that you're addicted to, there's always a support group and there's always a way to get out of it. And we want people to realize I like to tell people when it comes to drugs or alcohol, if your loved one wasn't taking his insulin, do you tell them, no, we're not giving it to you anymore and we're not talking to you? It's the same thing with someone who uses drugs. You don't just leave them and be like, all right, we're done. We have to give them that support and they have to realize it's okay. It's one day at a time. So a lot of those motivational interviewing, the conversations and support groups are very important. And I said medications. So
Thank you. That silent suffering is, there is a way to express that. Dr. Shagun Benlish, your obesity, your Amazon, what is different between Amazon One Medical that you're doing and, those are young people, they don't have obesity problem in mostly all these young people working on the computers, they go to gyms and everything. But people who are some other group, like Indians and in call centers, they sit down in one place and they don't move and they start putting a lot of weight. Diabetes including Indians in a faster rate than any other community, only particularly Indians. It is. What do you think of that? I don't know South Asians, but Indians are the prime target for the diabetes. So what do you think? How do you change this national kind of a addressing system? Is a national crisis, right? Diabetes. How do you address as a doctor and give what kind of a thing you can give a national framework for this?
So first of all, it's not about Amazon One Medical or about Indian population. Actually, the comparison is, I will say, not correct. I think we all are human beings and everybody has their own limitations and the reasons they come across the disease. But I agree that Asian population definitely has more influence, and the genetic factors are also, I have been noticing that it's influencing their potential to get the obesity and diabetes. So I would say that most of these chronic diseases are largely preventable, but they yet account for the majority of the healthcare cost and the human suffering. But what I focus on is the lifestyle medicine, because that basically empower the individuals to take control of their own health. So I think it does, young patients or the older patients, all of the age groups, obesity and diabetes has been affecting every age group right now. And sedentary lifestyle, especially in the working from home post COVID, and a lot of the limitations in the physical activity, and also difficulty in like long working hours, and difficulty in planning the meals has been also a biggest challenge. So what we do is we educate about the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine, and in that, nutrition and physical activity actually comes down. So we actually should think from a reverse pillar now. So stress, addiction, and sleep is very much significantly impacted, and that actually is one of the major cause of the weight management nowadays. So if we really reverse and we start focusing from the lifestyle factors like sleep, stress, addiction, relationships is very important, and then comes to the nutrition and physical activity, because we really need the balance between everything. So it's actually not just adding the years to life, it is actually adding life to years, because by integrating all of these 6 pillars together, you can strongly suggest the prevention strategies, and that can actually help with the true health improvement and weight management. So when I do the weight management, my focus is not only about the how much patient is eating or how much he's exercising. We never even start now from there. We first address the stigma, bias, the limitations that they go across, the cultural sensitivity they have gone through, and then we also now address their basic barriers that they're going through in family support, and everything matters a lot. So I think it's a holistic approach, definitely, and
Love that reverse thinking, Dr. Bindlish. That's what we need. Start with a different way of thinking can solve a lot of problem. Actually, the physics, I'm a physicist. The way you look at the problem is more important than solving the problem. And sometimes that's what you're doing. Dr. Sophia Ann, you're you have to be part psychologist, because young women approach you, then they're hesitant to talk about control pills or the pregnancy or sex education, whatever it is. How do you approach? How do you make them comfortable doing that? How do you do that in that?
I think the key is it's about intention. I'm here to improve your health, and I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong. And so if I ask you a question, does it hurt when you have sex? I need to know. How many sexual partners have you had? I need to know. What orifices are involved in your sexual interactions? I need to know. Do you use a condom? I need to know. And on the menopause side, all the different kinds of things you can have there: hot flashes, night sweats, exercise, eating, sleeping, but really bone density and other things. I just am, if you haven't noticed, a blunt person, and I am honest, and I hope that my patients realize, that is our intention as physicians, is to improve their health. And so I need the information. If you don't tell me, that's fine. We'll both walk away and pretend that everything's all fine, but I can't help you if you can't tell me. And so that is part of it. The other part is confidentiality. For adolescents in the state of California, they have the right to confidential reproductive health care and mental health care, as long as it's not medication for mental health. Otherwise, then we have to get their parents involved. And we always tell the parents, if the young person's going to hurt themselves, someone's hurting them, we will definitely tell you. But outside of that, what we talk about is confidential because we want to allow the young person a space to tell us, I'm doing drugs, I'm going to hurt myself, I'm going to kill myself, and then I will tell their parents, or that they are considering being sexually active or that they are sexually active. So I can prevent unplanned pregnancy, prevent abortion, prevent sexually transmitted diseases. And same thing with our services. We are asynchronous telemedicine, and we feel that people are more honest, not with a video or phone. If I just met you and now I'm asking about sex and pain and all this stuff, versus a questionnaire where you can type in the answer and I can type back, and we can go back and forth until we're both happy with the questions and the results. So I guess confidentiality, the ability not to have a face and a voice, because sometimes they may feel judged. We've seen teen clinics where they'll go from Chinatown to another part of town because they don't want to walk into Chinatown and see their auntie or their friend or their friend's mom working there, who's then going to tell them, hey, I saw Sophia go into the teen clinic and you know what they do in the teen clinic, so it's giving them confidential access and protecting confidentiality and really just making it clear we're here to improve your health.
You're a true champion for women's health, Dr. Sophia, and I know you for a long time. Kavana, what are the procedures of people coming at 10 o'clock? They will be 10 to 2 p.m., right, on Saturday. It's open and they give a testing and all these things. Give a little bit explanation, a little bit about that. And you guide all these doctors and they come down there, you need to show them all those things, a little bit of Festival of Globe process.
Yeah, absolutely. So the health fair is on the 16th of August, which is this Saturday, and it is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dr. Ved, Dr. Bindlish, Dr. Yen, and many other physicians and organizations will all be there. We are open to having the community join us either as volunteers or just as attendants to come and take participate in the health fair. We have many physicians actually. There's ophthalmologists, diabetologists, gastroenterologists, mental wellness companies and physicians, also dentists, and basically a lot of people, a lot of different coming from a lot of different fields, and we basically just want the people who are coming to participate in the fair, who just come to attend the mela, to be able to talk to all the doctors who are at the booth, gain some information from them about the things that they're there to represent, and also be able to find their way back to these specific physicians, whoever they need, somewhere down the line. So
Lakshmi,
we're here to connect everybody.
Thank you, Kavana. Lakshmi, you can bring a lot of their parents, their relatives, people who have a knee problem, all kinds of things. They can bring it. They can come down there, and it's better to come by not by. There is enough parking space, or I don't know much about it, but there is a kind of registration process a little bit. There are people who are coming there.
So actually, the Mela is pretty informal in that respect, but this time we intend to streamline the process of the people entering the health fair so that we can guide them to you. And we would suggest that you bring some educational material like what Dr. Bindlish and Dr. Yen shared or Dr. Vaid shared. It's good to have some sort of pamphlets or some flyers about your organization at your booth, because people will be visiting the booths randomly. So when they come, and if they want to talk to you about a specific issue, like, okay, I want to know more about diabetes, or I want to know more about menopause, and or addiction, then they'll come to you and talk to you, and you can give them some pointers, and maybe you could have one of your booth volunteers collect their email or phone number so that you can reach back to them. And another thing is, we advise everybody to be there at least by 9:30. 9 a.m. Would be great, because you cannot bring the vehicles inside the fair after 9 a.m. because the security will be closing the main gates. But we have wristbands for all our participating vendors, as well as all of you. and the volunteers. So we will be giving you wristbands. I'll be sending you all an email about parking and stuff. There is parking in and around the area on the street side and in the companies behind it. There's Bay Area Community Health, and there's another bank or something like that right behind. So I'll be sending you the directions for that, and you can park your car over
Okay.
there. And if you need anything, please reach out to me or Kavana or Sujata. We will provide our numbers to you, and we'll be at your service. Anything you need.
Oh, thank you, Lakshmi. The doctors who are coming there, and if they want to bring a pamphlets or anything, a flyer, they can put their contact information. Actually, they can put a name and contact information. So, thank you.
Yes.
It is a truly an honor. Let me talk the final word with Dr. Japra. Dr. Japra, you are providing this kind of a platform for all of us to do that. You are a relentless, the community champion. You're always helping people, including me. You helped me quite a bit. Actually, I want to be. So you are always helping people. So what is that? You tell us a little bit about this health fair, and what do you want to do the next. What is the progression of your vision of this community service?
Thank you, Mana. I think there was a question. If you allow me, I don't know if you have time to answer that question by Dr. Michaela. I think Janice Michaela on the chat here. She had asked a couple of questions
Okay,
regarding
please.
the Southeast Asian heritage, whether it is a risk factor. She's absolutely right. There are three times more chances of getting heart disease if you belong to that heritage. One of the reasons has been the metabolic syndrome, which we know for a long time. There may be other reasons as well. As you know, that most of our community does have high LDL, low HDL, and then high triglycerides itself. Then the insulin resistance is high, and then of course even the waste is much more. So we call it a metabolic syndrome. That becomes a big risk factor three times. And she also asked a question whether the food, if you have more omega-3 or fish oil, whether that's makes any difference. It will become protective as you know, the omega-3 and the fish oil does increase your HDL and decreases the triglycerides as such. So people who eat a lot more fish at the coastal level, where they live in the coastal areas, I think they probably theoretically for sure they will have more omega-3, which is more protective. The HDL, higher HDL is protective, even though not 100% proven. But so indirectly, it will definitely be helpful. So it's always advisable to have, I guess, more fish. If you can't have fish, then you can have fish oil. Some of our vegetarian people don't want to even have fish oil capsules. They can have krill oil, that which is a vegetarian, so they can have that. So with that answer, I hope that answers Dr. Michaela's. Otherwise, you can probably put it down there, and I can answer privately also in the chat itself. But coming back to your question, the long run, my vision is that more and more of these health fairs should be done. I think it has happened. We have all our API association organizations. They are doing a lot more. They have even van service, health van here, back home. They open many these free clinics. I know there's a Chinese hospital here in San Francisco, other areas where they're giving some free service. Healthcare, unfortunately, is very, very expensive. Access, as has been mentioned by our panelists here, is a big issue, not only just for women, but almost anybody and everybody, because it's just too much costly affair, and then other taboos as well. So the access has to be much, much better than what it is. How we can decrease the cost, of course, that's a different policymakers. It's a huge topic. But my just one little advice has been to all these policymakers has been that if they can really cut down on the malpractice insurance or the liability insurance and those kind of things, I think things will get a lot better. It will get that less expensive. Unfortunately, we sometimes play too much defensive medicine, and if that can be taken care of, the access will be a lot better. It'll be a lot less costly. So those are a few things. I'm sure there are a lot more things which we can talk about. So that's my perspective in the future. That's why politically I always say let's be on the table to make policies rather than be on the menu for anything and everything. As Asians, as minorities, as somebody even mentioned, as foreigners, we feel that pinch, we feel that being discriminated all the time. And unless we are on the table, we are the policy makers, that will not go away. Just educating ourselves or to getting confident is only when we're the CEOs. That's what I mentioned earlier. ABCD, American born confused. They see to confident, they see. So that's what will bring us the confidence, and hopefully we'll be able to help everybody else, not just our own community. As we believe that loka smasta sukne bhavantu, so that we can help not just our community but everybody prosperous, healthy, free, and peaceful, and ultimately happy. Ultimately, it's the happiness which is going to count.
The final version. Let us talk about the final word is that let us talk about fun. On Sunday we have a lot of food stores there, and then Sunday there is a big parade, right, Dr. Japra? The big
That's right.
parade. A lot of countries are participating. One of the states that participating, all the states in India putting approach together is going to be cultural. India is every state has a different, a distinct culture. So they are demonstrate, they are showing all, they showcasing their approach. One of the states that is actually I'm interested in. My brother lives there in the state of Goa is coming. That's a special this time. So I think it's going to be wonderful in the Sunday. Just to give us a final thing about the all the parade and a little bit about the Dr. Japa. And you all women are welcome to join the guests right in the parade, and they come down and please join with us.
Absolutely. I think, like you said, that's not only just the fun part, but that's a lot of learning, very educational, very culturally oriented, civilizational. You're going to get a lot out of it. We showcase our culture, our heritage, our philosophy, our values, our virtues. Everything gets showcased over there by different groups. So almost every state in India, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Kutch to Arunachal, they are represented, and a lot more countries this year: Nepal, Bhutan, China, Korea, Japan, Filipinos. They're going to have their own groups who are going to be also showcasing. So we are trying to expand as much as we can. And, the 8 lanes in the center of Fremont, the Paseo Padre gets closed for us now. I remember it used to be just around a little block. We used to do the parade. Now the whole thing gets closed, and everybody, it's a free parade. Everybody comes and joins us. And especially you mentioned the Goa. There's a state of Goa which is a coastal place. It used to be a Portuguese colony back home, and they still have a lot of Portuguese culture over there, but it's become a destination place. It's very health oriented. A lot of massages and therapy, aromatherapy, and yoga therapy, and everything else. As a matter of fact, the chief minister of that state, he's a Ayurveda doctor, physician himself, Samant, Dr. Samant, and so we have a tourist minister coming, tourist secretary coming. They are one of our sponsors, main sponsors of this parade as well. So they'll have their own float where they'll be showcasing their culture and some of the health issues. And we're doing a special event on Saturday night at my house at 7 p.m., which is very exclusive event at our place. Uh, so you are all welcome to join us
Yeah.
over there at 7 p.m. We'll
Yeah.
have some fun, nice dinner, wine, even a homegrown wine. I have a little vineyard as well, so we could have that if you like. Otherwise, we'll have interaction with some of these people, the secretaries and others. We are getting a lot of these tourist agencies, airlines, travel agents also get together so that we can try to promote it. Like I said, it's become a destination place. Even some of the Caucasians are going back to Goa, India, to retire over there, because that's
Yeah.
probably really affordable place to retire, in the sense still have a lot more glamour, culture, nightlife, and whatnot. And at the same time, it's not as expensive. Health uh, resources are available a lot more effectively. Holistic medicine is at its peak over there. So I think there are a lot of things which one can get from this, and that's why we're trying to promote. We'll be bringing one state at a time, different times, and try to have this holistic approach where people can get the benefit. Like Ramana always like, he says, play hard and you work hard, but you have to play hard. So we try to that phenomena as well over there. So uh, everybody's welcome. There's going to be a lot of events. It's just about 2 hours, and after that, a lot of entertainment on the stage. We have again Freedom Gala, we call it, at the night on Sunday night. You're welcome to join us there as well. So there'll be a lot more entertainment, some awards being given, recognitions. So there's a lot more going on whole weekend. I mean, for Friday we have another event where we have flag hosting. We have a uh, press conference, with our Grand Marshal Bhagyashri, the superstar, come from Bollywood all the way. So that is also available, and she'll be with us all the 3 days. And I'm sure you'll be meeting with her as well.
Lakshmi, could you please send out the Dr. Japra's information of Saturday function for all these doctors that were attending? Okay. So,
Yes.
I'm so
Yes.
much privileged to have all of you together. I know all of you personally well. I think it is truly an honor, and it is a great service, great community. You're all providing this time for all of us. It is truly an honor. Thank you so much for joining. It is a truly an honor. Okay. Happy. This is a festival of globe flag that I'm wearing right now. We're going to celebrate that India's independence along with all our human spirit. Thank you so much. Good night, all of you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
We are retelling their stories through our patented designs that can be worn on scrubs, t-shirts, printed on conference bags, and endless other promotional materials. Daily Wear for Medicine is the first ever of its kind to create curiosity in medicine through visual art. We at MedBricks are celebrating unsung heroes of the past who made enormous contributions to the field of medicine through our unique campaign called Daily Wear for Medicine. You can wear it, carry it, and give it